They deliver their line, they adjust their clothing, and then in scene. It's like Samuel, he got the coat flat. Whatever he says, he gets mad, and then if he's wearing a trench some reason, he flaps his little trench. Denzel, if he's wearing a three-piece suit, he'll deliver his line, adjust his suit, and in scene. And the way Will smacked him, it was just kind of like a merriment of both of them. Like he studied the lines, he was studying Denzel's acting style and Samuel Jackson's acting style and adapted it for that moment. Like he went up there, smacked him, it was just like, and he fixed his suit and just in stride, perfect stride, wasn't nerved, wasn't, showing any signs of, adrenaline. It's like, oh, I hit him, I got to get out of here. And then Chris Rock coolly, calmly, collectively said, oh, ish. Will Smith just slapped the ish out of me. Calmly, coolly, collectively. He's a black man from Brooklyn, or New York. I don't know what part of New York Chris is from, but born and raised in NY. You're not going to be cool, calm, and collected if someone assaults you. I don't care what religion or spiritual practice you subscribe to. When someone hits you, you're going to have a knee-jerk reaction. You're going to say, oh, what the F? Like in our culture, bro, what the F's wrong with you, bro? You tripping. This MF just smacked me. Hey, man, y'all better get this dude. If nothing else, that would have happened. I can go on and on for Team Hoax. But I'm not. I'm going to stop it there. Now, Team It Actually Happened. It's like, it's real because his emotions, how he went up to the podium, and anybody in a relationship knows when your woman looks at you, that look that she gave William, they won't expect you to do something. And if you don't do it, then the argument's going to ensue. So let me go ahead and get this out the way, or I'm never going to hear the end of it. So I get that. And that's really the only perspective people are coming from, is he disrespected my woman in front of me. I'm going to check him. And he erupted. So on that perspective, I can kind of go in a little bit. But again, I'm going to loop it all back into the point I'm making, or a point I've already actually made, but I see I'm going to have to reinforce that point, that I've already said that on this platform, like literally 2 episodes before I did this one. Who wins when black people are at odds? Who profits? Who benefits? I'm going to loop it back into that point, but I'm going to finish up what Team Actually Happened. So he goes over there off impulse, off emotion. He doesn't take time to analyze and process. You wronged the person I love. I don't care what she did. You can't talk to her like that. You can't speak to her like that in my presence. I'm going to correct you, and I'm going to correct you now. I'm an alpha male. I'm going to dominate and assert myself in this situation. That's team It Actually Happened. Impulse, emotion, the justification. Like, she has alopecia, how dare you? The women's are like, okay, take the I didn't know she had the alopecia off the table. She's a sister. She's a black woman. Why would you do a bar joke on a black woman? You a-hole. You know what I'm saying? Like all these other people, you're not telling jokes, you're not lighting none of these Caucasian people up in the front row. You came right to my wife. All these weird, goofy looking outfits they wearing, you ain't going to town on none of them. And so that's kind of like where I'm going to stop with Team Actually Happened. Now I'm going to represent Team I'm Black. So I don't care about hoax, why it happened, if it's a hoax. Shame on both of them if it is a hoax. I know what it is, but my opinion or my knowing what it is like irrelevant. But in the instance if it was staged, how dare both of y'all gentlemen? How dare both of y'all gentlemen if it's staged? Do that for the bag, knowing that how influential both of you are, how many young men look up to both of you. How dare both of y'all in that instance participate in that charade or charade, however it's pronounced. In the event that it wasn't. What you must understand is celebrities are not perfect. They're just people. They're just like you and me. The only difference between them and you is they're in front of the camera. That's it. That's the only difference. They're in front of the camera and they're getting paid for being in front of the camera. But as you know in your world, everything you see on camera isn't necessarily real. There's always another layer beneath the surface, something that you're not seeing. And perfect example is Instagram. You know how many people cap on Instagram? How many people fake happy and they're really miserable? How many people fake rich and they're really like broke as hell? Just like, you know, it depends on the way you focus your lens. You can project any illusion you want to. And that's the dangerous thing about the social media. So, this is me breaking it down from I'm Black. I already said this point in another, segment, but I see I'm going to have to reiterate. Like, what don't y'all understand about distraction? Do you know the enemy we're up against? They want to see us fighting. They want to see us at odds, especially two powerful black men like that, who have collaborated in the past, joining up. Chris got a nonprofit organization. Will and Jada got a nonprofit organization. They done teamed up and did stuff for their community. Who benefits from them being at odds? From not being able to help people? Or for having to slow down because now they're back at forth. So Tony Rock's younger brother, Chris Rock's younger brother, he did an interview talking about his own site. Tony Rock said it's up to bro, like how you want to handle it. So it's causing division. It happened on Sunday. We're still talking about it today. Today is Thursday. And we're having all these panel discussions. Sound familiar? This is like a formula. This has become a formula in our community. Now, the theme of my podcast series is called the Narrative Podcast. Okay? I changed the narrative. Today I'm going to control the narrative. And the narrative I want to control is about media consumption. They're destroying us, pulling us apart, with the media. So now we got all these little groups and subgroups and public figures extracting, trying to basically ride this wave. What can I get? Inserting their self. And at the end of the day, we black first. Who started it? It don't even matter. We're black first, we're both behind that 8 ball. So people sitting up there, dragging, roasting Chris Rock. See, that's what you get. I did the same thing. Woo, woo, woo. And then you got, black women coming out saying, yeah, that's what you need to do. You better be the MF if you want to be with me. That's how a black man supposed to be. Da, 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 da. And then you got, people actually making sense. Like, hey, providing options. You should have took bruh behind the scenes and hollered at him. That was wrong place, wrong time. Not because they're seeking validation from people outside of black culture, Caucasian people, like mostly. It's because it's just like an order to do things. And we come from a culture of order. And they always try to portray us in the light of disorder. We wasn't in disorder and disarray until we got introduced to y'all. We was moving in divine order. You disrupted divine order when you enslaved us. Do you understand? Do you see, like, all these other agendas? So again, I said I'm not Team Hoax or Team Real, but I'm going to put some other things out that you need to. I'm Team Black and I'm Team Critical Thinker. So some other things that went on at the Oscars. They had a tribute to the Ukraine. Now, at any other Oscars, did they have any other tribute to anything going on in the black community? Ever? Go back and did they ever have a tribute to Rodney King? Did they ever have a tribute to Trayvon? Did they ever have a tribute to James Garner? Did they ever have a tribute to, anybody? Philando, Sandra Bland, Breonna, Ahmaud. No tributes to any black people ever that suffered. Nobody in their speeches, in their acceptance speeches, is ever shouted out Tulsa, Oklahoma, or, have used their platform to really kind of speak truth to power. In essence, like all the Oscar shows is a minstrel show. So our brothers and sisters blessed with the ability to act, direct, produce, perform. You know what I mean? Because there was so much other positive stuff going on at the award show, but that instance ruined that entire night for everybody. Like, Questlove, he got in the